Hello and welcome back to Talk About Strange. Thank you for joining me here tonight. I got an amazing update from Wendy here for you. I can't wait to share this. Let's go over a couple of quick updates and then we'll get right to this. I'm doing short videos. Can you believe it? I'm still trying to work out the details on that, but we're coming along pretty good and I've got some positive feedback. That's the whole idea, is to experiment here and learn, right? Keep an eye open for them. Let me know what you think about them, and I'll just keep working on it, and hopefully they'll get better as we go. We're doing really good with the channel. We were a few days ago, we hit 15,000 subscribers. We're now at over 15,500 subscribers. So how amazing is that? Thank you guys. I could not have done that without you guys. My phone's connected to this. I got to figure out how to disconnect that. I could not. It's not quiet. I could not have done that without you guys' help, without the subscribers, without the contributors, and all your positive feedback. I only started this 4 months ago, and I can't believe how much I've learned, and I've learned it because of you guys. This has been an amazing journey so far, and let's just keep it going. I can't wait to see how far it goes. I think this is going to be a big story. This is really big news, and we got a lot more to learn from here. So let's just get to the story. If you guys haven't stopped over to the store, check out the store. We're still selling some items on there, and we got a lot of new merchandise on there. We're working on putting hats and beanies up. Got a call for them, so check those out, and let's just keep going, right? All right, let's enjoy this ride. Let's have some fun. Let's learn and share knowledge and information on here, right? Okay. All right, so from Wendy, we have DNA. So let me read this. Hello again. I hope you and your family are all doing well. That includes your TAS family. Talk About Strange family. There we go. I have what I think is some very important news for you and your viewers. But first, from all of us, thank you so very much for all you have done and continue to do. You're welcome, and thank you. I just knew it was the right decision to reach out to you. We are all looking forward to our upcoming meeting with you this summer. Please don't forget to bring your hiking boots, laugh out loud. Yeah, don't worry, I won't. I'll bring them. Oh, I can't wait. Looking forward to that. Okay, Alaska, you guys. I'm gonna go to Alaska. That's gonna be cool. Okay, first update. Because of you and your channel, we have found 2 more women. This is awesome. With similar situations. One of the women is doing very well and needed nothing more than a support system and some answers. I have a very good feeling that she will be continuing to integrate into our expanding team. Awesome. That's good news. However, our other girl is in need of much, much more. She was fortunate enough to escape a very bad situation. Steve, I've never seen anything like this in my life. I don't know how she survived. I don't know how anyone would have survived her ordeal. She's as strong as anyone I've ever met. FYI, they have both agreed to share their stories with you when the time is right. Awesome. We'll be looking for that, right? Simply because it was you and your channel that brought us together, and hope it will help even more women and men included. Yes, absolutely. For the second update, this relates to a lot of questions I continue to see in your comment section. I'd like to try and offer some information, but that might help answer some of these questions, along with some information that I wasn't planning on offering up for a while. One of the most commonly talked about questions is on DNA. There are, at this time, several valid DNA samples out there, I'm sure, most of which will never see the light of day, as we found out. They will mysteriously disappear. Up until now, virtually everything you hear about Bigfoot, Sasquatch, Yeti, skunk ape, etc., is all theory and speculation. Very few real facts have reached the surface for very good reason. I think you are all aware that this information is being kept from the public eye by governments around the world. And not just Bigfoot, Dogman, Mothman, Chupacabras, aliens, and several more, I personally know nothing about. But if they are anything like what we are working on, then it's likely the same situation. We all ask why. Why is this being hidden from us? The fact is that these creatures or cryptids hold answers to what they feel the world is not ready for. For instance, how and where we all actually came from. This information could change everything. All of our beliefs could be changed overnight, creating irreversible panic and chaos. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. There's some people that are, have a hard time accepting some of the stuff that we're learning. The second likely reason is preservation and protection. I had a conversation with an anonymous government official that admitted off record that almost everything out there we are looking for has been found. Some have been released. Some have been bagged and tagged and hidden so far underground they will never be found again. He said aliens are absolutely real and he has seen them with his own two eyes, along with several cryptids. I would tell you to ask him for yourself. However, he mysteriously disappeared as well, or decided that talking to me might be too dangerous, and so he ghosted me, so to speak. I don't know. Interesting. While we're not working with or affiliated with Dr. Ketchum, she is one of the most courageous amongst us all. She has literally put everything on the line in order to bring us all truth. Truth that I have been aware of for a very long time. However, that has not always served her well. Several powers have gone through great lengths to keep her quiet. We all admire what she has done and is doing, but we have chosen to take a more discreet path with the same goal in mind for obvious reasons. Yeah. Shortly after we returned from our last trip, we got some much needed rest and regrouped, then decided to return to the same site for observation and maybe, God willing, more communication. As much as she wanted to go, Amarik did not join us this time. She was quite exhausted from the last trip and not feeling well. We continued with her blessing, though I admit these trips are becoming a bit much for me as well. Our intention was to be there for 3 to 5 days, depending on communication and safety. I'd like to clarify something that is asked in the comments about pictures and videos. We do not carry any sort of video recording equipment. In fact, we don't even bring our personal phones. We do, however, bring encrypted satellite phones. The reason is because we are not out there for a photo shoot. There are just too many pictures already floating around out there, and it is too easy to create fake photos and videos. More importantly, we found out that somehow they know if you're trying to record them and will stay hidden. That is why most people run into them accidentally, neither one expecting it. That's interesting, and I've heard that. You're talking about apex. I want to call them apex predators, but not really. I don't know if that's what you'd call them, but their senses, their skills, their entire life has been based around staying hidden. So I'm sure that they can sense when they're being looked for. We arrived in the evening and set up camp. The first night was quiet. In the morning, Claire and I sat out in the open area Amarik told you about in her message. Aside from watching some absolutely beautiful wildlife passing through, it was very quiet. I kind of wished I'd had a camera for those moments. Yeah. The night was not so quiet, to say the least. Like before, the woods came alive, but in a big way. Around 12:30 a.m., all hell broke loose. There was a lot of very loud howling, along with some sort of strange clicking noises like I've never heard before. They shook the trees and even broke some of them. I wasn't sure if they were throwing stuff at the tents or if it was just debris falling from the trees. One of our guides' tents got knocked down completely by a large branch. It landed on it. Fortunately, he wasn't hurt. This lasted longer than before, but they did finally leave around 2 a.m. In the morning, we set back out to the open again. Only this time Claire sat alone and I stayed in the tree line. Around 9:30 a.m., Amarik's son showed up. He didn't approach Claire, but she knew he was there and asked him to come out. They visited for a while, and then he told her that I could come out of the woods. He knew I was there the whole time. Claire and I explained to him that we didn't mean him any harm and explained why we needed to learn as much as we can in order to help protect them. We asked him to please explain this to his leader. He explained to us that he has to be very careful because if they feel that he is becoming a threat to them, he will be shunned from the group or worse. But he will try. Turns out he's very upset at first that his mother wasn't there. Claire explained to him that the trip was very difficult for her and that we will do everything we can to help her come back out soon. I thought this might have something to do with the tension of the welcoming party the night before. I asked him if he knew who Claire's father was, if Claire is his sister, because he called Claire family the last time we were here. He said no. His leader is Claire's father, and the other leader is his leader's brother. Ah, that's interesting. I have to admit, when I heard this, there were so many thoughts going through my head, I got dizzy and nearly passed out. I couldn't believe that after all these years, I was this close to him. A part of me was terrified that he might try it again. But deep down, for some reason, I felt completely safe. Somehow Claire stayed very clear-headed about it, but told me later that she had a rush of unexplainable emotions run through her. She spent a good amount of time talking and learning about them. The biggest thing we continue to learn is how well they keep secrets. For good reason, I'm sure. They seem to keep a lot from anyone that is not pure bloodline, including a Mark's son. I'm going to tell you something I probably shouldn't, but it's amazing. I can't prove it at this time, but he told us that as far as he knows, 3 of the leaders here are upwards of, are you ready, 500 years old. Whoa, that's wild. And he knows there are older ones yet, but very few of them, as most of the ancients, as he called them, have passed on. Again, I can't prove this as of yet, but can you imagine? Anyway, he said he would have to go talk to them, and so he left for a few hours. When he returned, he had something in his hand. He told me that he had a message from his leader. His leader said he is sorry if what he did brought me any harm or shame, and opened his hand and said he sent me this offering in good faith. He was holding a small wad of hair wrapped around a sharp stick with blood on it. He said if it gets in the wrong hands, it will be the end of their existence. I swore I'd only use it to help them, and I will do everything I can to protect them. I also told him to tell his leader I do not hold a grudge. I appreciate the gift he gave me that day, my daughter Claire, more than the offering of today. We carefully bagged the samples. Mark's son also gave us hair and blood for testing. After that, he told us we needed to leave first thing in the morning because his father, the other leader, knew we were there and would be looking for us. He said that his clan has been watching over us and chased off some of the other group that night before, hence why it was so extreme that night. He said they will protect us until we clear the forest, but not to come back for a while to be safe. Very grateful we did just that. As Claire and I was walking away, we looked down to the other side of the large open area and could see his leader, Claire's father, standing tall and proud in the distance. I think he wanted to see us for a moment as well. More importantly, he probably wanted to see his own daughter. I don't know why he didn't just come to us, but I respect his boundaries. Wow, how cool. Wow. After we got back, we didn't waste any time getting to the lab. Steve, do you realize that this is probably the first samples in history that has been collected directly from a Klansman? By the way, out of respect for Claire, we try not to call them Bigfoot, as this was just a nickname given by settlers. So we tend to call them Klansmen around here. Our team sent the samples out ASAP, and we are anxiously awaiting the findings. We did some of our own tests as well, but the information just left us more confused. That is why, despite the risk, we made the decision to send the samples out for further testing and analysis. I agreed not to disclose too much information at this time, as we need to collaborate with the other professionals and make some very important decisions about how we move forward and share this information. As a backup precaution, the rest of the materials have been locked safely away from even Claire and I. That's smart. I don't blame you there one bit. My hope is that we will have some very solid information within the next few weeks. Until then, I will keep you updated on the other two, and we'll get you their stories as soon as they are ready. Until then, keep up the great work, Steve. Oh, on a lighter note, the term alien was even loosely tossed around in the last meeting. I think it was a joke. At least I hope it was a joke. I don't know if you know this, but sometimes scientists have a very strange sense of humor. I said if Claire has alien DNA, then she's definitely got that from me, laugh out loud. I'll be in touch soon. You are all in our hearts and prayers, Wendy. So there you go. Wow. Actual DNA. Hair and blood. Man, can you imagine what they could find out from that? Claire, Wendy, you guys, man, you got to be careful. I mean, I'm almost scared that just telling us this is too much information, but I'm going to share it. I have to share it. If you send it to me to share, I'm going to share it. But be careful. Whew, man, oh man, I can't believe it. We'll definitely be looking forward to hearing about that, what the results are when they come back. I mean, this is huge. I don't watch a lot of videos. I don't get out there. I just don't have time to do a lot of studying. It's just what I'm learning here from you guys, and comments. I hear a lot of stuff on there. So, and I've heard about the doctor there, but does anybody else out there have that? Does anybody have a blood sample? Is there any legitimate hair samples out there? I think we've heard of some stuff like that, but I don't know, man. I don't know anything like that. So this is huge. And then you have Claire's, of course. Then you have Mark's sons. And then you have actual full blood and hair samples. The information that could come from that is amazing. So yes, please keep us updated. I wanted to share that with all you guys as quick as possible. I'll put a link to the first story that she sent in. I gave birth to Bigfoot's daughter. So if you guys aren't privy to all this, go to that first video, watch it right through. They continue on with some other videos. There's part 2. There's family reunion part. So there's just a lot there. I gave birth to Bigfoot's son as a Mark's story. So if you want to check that out. But we have like a saga going on here, and it's just amazing. And I hope we keep going. And everybody stay safe, have fun, enjoy. This was great. Thank you so much for stopping in. I'll see you again really soon.